Prediction markets on Polymarket are absolutely making a lot of people ultra wealthy. For example, 150,000 US dollars in the past 31 days was made by this amazing trader who seems to know exactly what he is doing. Each and every trade is absolutely profitable. $2,937 in profit. What if I told you that there is a way to accurately predict on Polymarket if the price of Bitcoin is going to go up or down? It doesn't really matter whether you are trading the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hourly, or even the daily time frame. Our group contains information which is going to be relevant to you if you want to sort of, accurately trade. And when it comes to market contracts, we obviously share the best entry levels. We give you technical analysis. We use sophisticated arbitrage bots and also AI in order for us to make sure that our accuracy as far as these prediction markets are concerned are always top notch. Feel free to join us right now. The link is going to be in the description. 2,932,000 US dollars in profit just by simply trading cryptocurrency and just basically owning the prediction markets as far as crypto is concerned on Polymarket. In today's episode, I will be breaking down to you the several methods of how you can print and generate institutional levels of profits when it comes to Polymarkets, and this is going to be a basic breakdown. So what we're going to mostly be concentrating on is obviously the crypto aspect of Polymarket, because this is a sphere that I am personally very comfortable with. And of course, when you go to polymarket.com, right, you've got different niches. So at the end of it all breaks down to your individual capabilities, talents, your expertise, and so on, because Polymarket has got several categories. As you can see, there's politics, there's sports, there's finance, there's geopolitics, there's earnings, there's tech, there's culture. So this is a platform that caters to everybody's talent and expertise. And just like I told you, I mostly concentrate on the crypto world because it is something which I can easily predict from a mathematical perspective and also from a pre-calculated perspective. So whatever niche you are going to choose, right, make sure you have an edge. Make sure you have certain technicalities that help you to sort of understand what is happening from a grand scheme of things and from an insider perspective. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know is, in order for you to get set up with polymarket.com, right? Obviously, Polymarket has got alternatives. For example, for US citizens, you can use another platform called, Cauchy. Cauchy is an alternative to Polymarket, which is obviously regulated in the US. So for you guys, it's going to be very easy for you to do your tax related due diligence and so on and so forth. But Polymarket is more open to the international markets, and it's widely accessible by virtue of using blockchain technology. And this is one of the reasons why I obviously prefer Polymarket, because it's more of a systematic platform, especially for somebody like me who's been accustomed to the blockchain world. And this is one of the reasons why the first step that you need to do is, first of all, go to polymarket.com and simply sign up. So when it comes to the sign up process, you have several options of creating your account. Personally, I use MetaMask. So MetaMask is basically a Web3 crypto wallet. However, if you really want to set up your MetaMask, you have to be very careful, because there are specific security endeavors that you need to make sure that you are following. There are strict security protocols that you need to adhere to and just basically be very aware of, because whatever you do here, it could end up affecting your future. And this is one of the reasons why, if you have to create a MetaMask account, this is the Fox icon that I'm simply clicking on right now. You have to study and watch tutorials and just basically the safe practices that you need to follow as far as MetaMask is concerned. So if you don't want to do that, you can simply create your email. You can use Discord and all these other platforms as well. So once you get to do that, which by the way, I'm really recommending you to, like take a full day understanding how to use MetaMask, because I'm not really going to get into that. So once you get to do that, you open your account, you send your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your USDC to this particular account. It's going to be linked to the polymarket.com account, and this is where all the magic is going to be happening. And for example, if you go to my account on Polymarket, right, you are going to see that I do have, some balance which is there. By the way, I'm using the incognito browser because I wanted to show you what you are going to be looking at when you jump into it. But once you get to create and sign up, you are going to be able to like send your money. There's going to be a deposit address. It's just simply going to be on your account right over here. So the first thing that you need to do is, number one, create your account. Number two, send money to your Polymarket account. And number three, now starts the fun part. This is the part where you're going to be basically going in on these several prediction markets and just basically placing your wager. So the basic explanation of how this literally works is you get to buy and sell different shares. For example, if you were sports betting, right, you've got the 49ers versus the Colts, each buy share is going at 70 cents and the sell shares is going at 31 cents. Okay, so I'm not really going to use this example because I'm not really well versed in the sports niche. So my favorite is the crypto niche. So for example, if you are doing the predictions of whether Bitcoin is going to go up or down Ethereum, because as you can see on the crypto niche, you've got different types of categories right over here. You've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, you've got Solana, you've got MicroStrategy. So what I usually go for are obviously well-known markets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, and mostly I trade, or rather participate in the prediction markets of Bitcoin, because it is easy for me to use technical analysis. So technical analysis is sort of understanding the emotions of different traders, right? And using the charts, I'm able to predict whether the price of Bitcoin is going to go up or down. So right over here, you've got different time frames. You've got the 15-minute time frame, you've got the hourly time frame, the 4-hourly, and the daily time frame. So what you technically want to do as far as the crypto prediction markets is, you're supposed to understand that it's a very time sensitive endeavor, and winning or losing in this particular game depends on the value of each share. So for example, I'm clicking on the daily time frame, right? In today's instance, we've got about 10 hours, 23 minutes remaining. So the question is, will the price of Bitcoin beat 88,341? So the only thing that you're supposed to do in order for you to understand, or rather know where to place your bet, is if the price is going to be greater than this value or not. So in order for you to figure out that, right, you have to do your due diligence with regards to technical analysis. You have to look at the charts using tradingview.com and just basically do what you have to do. So in order for you to buy, right, let's say for example, you are predicting that the price in about 10 hours is going to be above 88,341, then you simply have to buy the app shares, which is around 68 cents per share. So if you had to put in $500, right, you are definitely going to be able to get back about $231 as your profit. So you're basically investing $500 and you're making a profit of around $231, which does make sense. So basically how Polymarket works is, the shares are between $0 to about $1. And in this particular, or rather in all the cases, right, depending on the outcome, okay, each share is going to be redeemed close to $1 or close to $0. So if you are on the spectrum of people who predicted correctly, your value is going to be how much you bought it at in comparison to a $1. So if, let's say for example, right now I'm getting in this particular instance, my buy shares are going to be costing me 68 cents. And when I'm going to be redeeming them, right, I'm going to be redeeming them for $1. So if you subtract, if I go in at 68 cents and I'm not and now I'm selling them at $1, it means that particular price margin difference is going to be my profit. And this is one of the reasons why the redeemable amount of money increases from $500 to 732. So basically, this is how it works. So if you were to do the inverse, right? Let's say, for example, I'm buying down shares, the profit significantly increases in value, because instead of me making around $732, right? If I'm buying the down shares, I'm going to be able to redeem them for about $1, which is going to be eventually 1,437. So if you look at this, right? The most profitable way for you to make money is on different aspects. Number one, you have to predict in the right direction. And number two, you have to get in at a very strategic zone. Okay, especially when it comes to the valuation of the shares in that particular prediction time frame. Okay, so what you are looking for, especially when it comes to crypto, is when the markets are wrongly valued, if I can put it that way. So if you are able to get in on a reversal when the majority of people are thinking that the price is going to continue going up, if you highlight or rather spot a reversal and you predict it prematurely, you are going to buy your down shares at a very, very minimal value. So the secret of making a lot of money on Polymarket is understanding when to place the trade. Of course, there are several different types of tradings, or rather traders, on Polymarket. Number one, we've got traders like me who try to get in at specific zones when the entire crowd is wrong, and I'm able to get in at very, very underpriced market shares as far as the prediction is concerned. And there are also traders who just basically rely on arbitrage. There's a lot of arbitrage bots that don't really necessarily care about the value of the share, because for them, even if they make 1% in a day, it's absolutely fine, because it doesn't really matter. All they want to do is make sure that the prediction is right, whatever margin that they are able to squeeze in, even if they get it at 89 cents per share, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, they're still profitable on a very, very low level. So you have to identify how you are going to play the game. Are you going to be a very technically inclined person who's only going to be relying on understanding the value of a share and the likelihood of you being able to benefit off of the naivety of your competitors? Because at the end of the day, you are competing. It's a player versus player type of arena. So this is one of the reasons why understanding how to maximize your profits, because let's say, for example, you've got two people with the same amount of money, $500, right? One can significantly earn a lot of money in comparison to the other. However, the risk is also different between these two guys, because if you look at it from a very layman perspective, right, and from a logical perspective, it really looks like the majority of people are inclining towards a push. So about 69% of the people are believing that the price is going to go up, and this is obviously one of the safest bets to do. So would you rather place a safe bet and only earn 225, or would you rather be a contrarian and be able to triple your money? So these are or rather double your money. So these are the nuances that you have to think about, especially when you're trying to get into prediction markets. You have to understand these basic underlying factors that really make the endeavor of you participating in prediction markets worthwhile. Okay, so this example that I was giving you was mostly for crypto related type of trading. So if you guys happen to be sports enthusiasts and you understand the sports arena, you understand the different odds, the bookmakers and all that good stuff, if you guys have got basically a history of sports betting, then obviously your strategy is going to be different. And honestly, I've never done sports betting before, and I cannot really give you breakdowns on how to do it, because I'm mostly interested in the crypto world and I understand it perfectly. I've been doing it for the past decade. So this is one of the reasons why, I mostly concentrate on this particular niche. And the other thing that I really wanted to highlight is whatever niche you pick, right? Make sure it has got a consistent occurrence. Make sure it occurs on a regular basis, if I can put it that way, because you do not want to have instances where you're only betting on election outcomes, and we all know that elections happens once in a while, like perhaps once in every 4 to 5 years. So it doesn't really make sense unless you really get to use large amounts of capital and you're able to sort of survive in the next coming 4 to 5 years off of your profits. But for a lot of people like you and I, right, we're going to be investing in niches that have got like high predictability rates and high occurrences, and just basically you're able to like rinse and repeat. So it's just a basic understanding of how to have an edge and how to minimize your risk by understanding the market dynamics per share, and just basically how to or when to take specific predictions in a particular session, and also understanding the time factor, because when it comes to cryptocurrency trading, right, you are able to project into the future based on time using mathematics, probabilities, and also likelihood of certain outcomes to come to fruition. So this is one of the reasons why I have a trading group where we basically do this on a daily basis. We mostly use the 4 hour and the daily time frame because our strategy utilizes a 4 hour time frame, which I really believe is a very good sweet spot between risk and reward, and also just being accurate in terms of accuracy of whatever we are projecting when it comes to our prediction markets. So yeah, that's all I had for you. If you guys have got any specific questions concerning Polymarkets and just basically how to handle this and just how to be very profitable, please reach out to us. Join our private trading group where we help you generate loads and loads of profits on a daily basis, because we've got access to arbitrage bots, we've got access to Polymarket bots, we've got all the information that you need in order for you to like set up your accounts and just basically copy trade other profitable traders as well. Because if you go to Polymarkets, it's easy for you to look at the leaderboard and see the performance of other people in several industries. We've got sports, we've got crypto. So for example, if I want to copy trade people, right, we've got a lot of accounts that we can look at. We can look at their performance on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. So this is a strategy that you can use in order for you to like make money passively, if I can put it that way. Okay, you can have a very good systematic approach with regards to getting certain types of information with our bots and with the existing bots on the market. It's easy for you to set this up and just basically follow the pros and make money while you sleep. So if you guys are interested, check out the link in the description and you guys are going to be on your way to making a lot of money.